13 players received qualifying offers from their teams as just, I guess, the way of business or the way of order. They had the opportunity to accept those or they could decline them. 9 out of the 13 declined their qualifying offers, including Bo Bichette, which we're going to talk about him today. We're also going to talk about Zac Gallen today. And we're going to ask, how do both of these players potentially fit on the Chicago Cubs? I can't wait to talk to y'all about this one. Let's get to it. All right, what's going on, Chicago Cubs Central family, friends, fans of the Chicago Cubs? Listen, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Chicago Cubs Central. Remember, guys, this is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss a single moment of what we got going on over here, guys. Also, make sure that you guys link yourselves to the playlist of videos. So in case there's any old videos you missed, you guys can go back. I cover all different types of trades. I cover all different types of scenarios. I cover all different types of things that is going on during this off season. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single solitary second of it. Those of you watching on Spotify, those of you watching on Apple, those of you viewing this on X, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Make sure that you guys like, share, follow on those apps as well, and also leave a comment. Let's get active in the comments, y'all. Like I said, don't leave those comments dry or bare. Your voice needs to be heard on what you think about these matters of the Chicago Cubs. And we do have some important matters to talk about today. Like I told you guys, I know a lot of the rumors have been about the Chicago Cubs and Dylan Cease. You've been hearing Cubs are all in on Dylan Cease. Cubs are going after Dylan Cease. Cubs are going after Dylan Cease. Well, guys, as much as I know Dylan Cease makes sense because he has history with the Chicago Cubs, Dylan Cease also has seen a rough decline in his pitching also. His velocity, his numbers, the way that he's able to force outs. He's seen a decline in that. So as far as Dylan Cease goes, I mean, he is still a very good option for the Chicago Cubs, who did, as we noted on yesterday's episode, receive the qualifying offer from Shota Managa. So Shota will be back. So right now you have 4 starters. Who could be that 5th starter for you? Who is somebody that you feel confident about sending out there on the mound? And Dylan Cease is a good option. He is. Don't let me. I will not be highly upset if Dylan Cease is who the Chicago Cubs choose to sign and go with. That's fine. But Zac Gallen also is another option that the Chicago Cubs should really, really, really pay attention to. Again, he has true ace potential. Gallen's fastball, command, his elite changeup, and his ability to pitch deep into games literally would anchor the Chicago Cubs rotation that struggled with consistency in 2025. I mean, guys were in and out of the lineup. Guys were injured. Guys were hurt. And so bringing somebody in like Cease, not Cease, like Gallen, lets you know that, the Chicago Cubs have that anchor. And somebody that is going to be able to provide elite pitching for you. Now, again, he is susceptible to giving up the big innings sometimes, and sometimes he does have trouble with his command. But again, I do believe in the Chicago Cubs pitching staff and pitching development team to really get him where he needs to go. He is durable. Like I said, but before this past season, he had pitched 3 seasons of 180 innings or more. And I mean, just like I said, that's just remarkable. Remember, this is a guy that's 2 years off of, being in that Cy Young conversation. So again, this is another guy that is trying to reclaim what he once was, but he is also somebody that can still bring it. And he could bring it when he's on the mound. So, like I said, I think Zac Gallen is definitely somebody the Chicago Cubs fans should keep an eye on. He's battle tested, including a dominant 2023 postseason run where he was dang near unhittable. In 2025, his stats, he posted a 14-7 record, a 3.21 ERA, a whip of 1.12. He had 198 strikeouts, and he pitched 183 innings. He had a wins above replacement of 4.4. So again, those aren't numbers that you just sniff at. And honestly, I think at Wrigley, he could return back to even better form because remember, Wrigley's a hard place to pitch at for 3 to 4 out of the 6 months that you're playing there. I mean, literally June, July, and a bit of August was tough. But outside of that, I mean, you look at April, May, Wrigley was not an ideal place for hitters. It was a great place for pitchers, especially with the wind blowing in. So I think we could see Zac Gallen even return back to even better form with not giving up the home run ball as much, and get that ERA back into the twos even. So I mean, and he gets that ERA into the twos, and you're talking about a Cy Young candidate right there. You're talking about having him, and you're talking about having Matthew Boyd, and you're talking about having Shohei Managa and Jameson Tyone. Again, these are all great pitchers that would be able to provide innings and depth for the Chicago Cubs. So I like it. I think that he is a great option. I think that he is somebody that the Chicago Cubs absolutely should look at and look into potentially signing. And again, not to say, like I said, Dylan, there's anything wrong with Dylan Cease. There's anything wrong with Michael King. I mean, these are all pitchers that have been dominant on their former teams. But again, these are also pitchers that have went through injuries and went through struggles. All three of them. All three of them. I mean, like I said, it just kind of depends who you want, or do you want Amai from Japan? Do you want him instead? He's a younger guy. Like I said, I think about 27, 28 years old that has amazing stuff, but has not played in the major leagues yet, has not pitched in the major leagues yet. Is that somebody that you want the Chicago Cubs to potentially go after and kind of leave Zac Gallen and leave Michael King and leave Dylan Cease in the dust and let those pieces just be what they are? Again, I want to know you guys' comments below. Let me know your thoughts on whether or not you want Zac Gallen on this team or not. And last but not least, guys, I want to talk about Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette is one of those pieces that is a power hitter, obviously something that the Chicago Cubs desperately need, a right-handed power hitter. He's a high contact hitter. He pairs well with the style of Nico Horner. You could put those two together and really have a matchup. He is under he was under team control, but he did just decline his player option, his qualifying offer, and so he is a free agent. Now he is 5'11. But I look at him and I say to myself, okay, you got Dansby at shortstop. You got Nico at second. You got Michael Busch at first. Could you potentially put Bo Bichette at third base and he still be elite on defensive end? And I think so. He's a two-time All-Star. And again, he is a gifted middle infielder. And like I said, and I really think that he could probably play the hot corner over there at third base too and do just as good over there for you. And again, guys, I know you all are saying, well, Mike, if you already got Matt Shaw, why would you go out there and try to get somebody for like Bo Bichette? I'm telling you guys, you have to replace the hitting that you lost. Bo Bichette is somebody that's able to do that. Bo Bichette is somebody that could replace that hitting that you lost. I'll talk about his stats in a second, but Matt Shaw, just if he's not going to hit, he's not going to cut it, because the Chicago Cubs are going to need as much offense as possible in this next coming season. And you can't have Matt Shaw going up there and just lining out every game or flying out every game or, grounding out every game or striking out every game. You have to have some consistency out there, and you need a hitter that's going to give you that consistency. And Bo Bichette is somebody that represents that. He had great stats in 2025. And again, like I said, he's coming off of playing in the World Series. So this is somebody that you look at and you say that, he solidifies your infield. Horner, Swanson, and Bichette. I mean, that's nasty. There's nothing getting between those guys. He boosts the contact and power gap. And he, like I said, and he's immediate all-star offense, level of offense added to the Chicago Cubs. I think it makes sense to look at something like this. I know a lot of you want to believe in Matt Shaw, and maybe Matt Shaw will one day become what we all think he should become. But when I look at Bo Bichette, I say to myself that this guy is somebody that gives them the right-handed bat and the star power that they've lacked since Chris Bryant and Javi Baez. So you look at him and you say to yourself, what can this guy be? What can he do? And then there's another piece I want to ask you guys about. He was DFA'd by the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday. Christopher Morel. Do you guys think that the Chicago Cubs ought to look at potentially bringing back Christopher Morel, somebody that is a certified home run getter, somebody that is familiar with the organization, somebody that was on the cusp of figuring things out when he was playing every day? They just couldn't find anywhere defensively for him to play, but he's a bona fide hitter. I mean, like I said, he's a home run hitter too. Loves the organization, loves the team. I'm sure misses the team. Would you guys potentially bring back Christopher Morel? And if you would, what type of deal would you bring him back in on? Would you sign him to maybe a AAA deal with an option to maybe come up to the majors? Or would you offer him straight out to be a bench piece that could come in and help out the Chicago Cubs hitting? Let me know all your comments, all your thoughts below, guys. Listen, I appreciate each and every last one of you for tuning in to this episode of Chicago Cubs Central. Remember, this is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs, guys. Leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on this and what you would do.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the number one spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.